Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about Dogecoin. I haven't covered Dogecoin for a while, only in the live streams. I sometimes talked about it briefly when someone asked for it, but recently there have been a few more requests, and so I thought it might be time to do an update, basically because we could be really low or close here to the low. Also today, I think at the time we had 8% upside today in the last 24 hours. That has gone down a little bit now, while Bitcoin is dropping again. Really wanted to give you an update because, I'm not talking about the fundamentals here of Dogecoin or anything, but it is a phenomenon, basically. It's a phenomenon, and at any point, Dogecoin can just go to the moon, basically. But then on the other hand, we've seen various other cryptos with other use cases that have done something similar. In the end, looking at the chart pattern, it's nothing too special, to be honest. Dogecoin can pump. It also can pump when other cryptos are not pumping. But if I compare this chart to some of the other crypto charts, it looks hardly different at the moment, yeah. But what I wanted to tell you is really just my price expectations for the next wave up, and also looking really here at Dogecoin's performance and the support and resistance levels. Yeah, I think these are key to understand what does the price do. I think got a couple of reasons to believe why Dogecoin could be close to the low. So first of all, if I draw the Fibonacci levels here, you can see how Dogecoin reacted to all of these Fibonacci levels fairly well. So it's a valid Fibonacci retracement. These are valid Fibonacci retracements. Yeah, it has reacted at the time very, very strongly here to the 0.786 Fib level at 19 cents. We've seen various this level acting as support various times. And when it then dropped below 19 cents, then we had major support here between 12 cents and resistance at 19 cents. So it's currently in this level. And this is the level that I called as my target or key area for various other cryptos. Obviously not for Dogecoin because I haven't covered it for a long time actually. But it would have been this level as well, where I would have told you for many other cryptos I did exactly between these two Fib levels. So every subscriber will know that typically I call this area my target area for the current dip between the 88.7 Fib level, 12 cents, and that is exactly where it touched, and 19 cents. So it is in this area, and in the current, if we just talk about Elliott waves, in the current wave count, it has come exactly into this area in which a wave 2 would normally go to, in the crypto market, after which you will then get a wave 3, which will be somewhere up here, and probably somewhere up here maybe. Then you'll get your wave 4, but you can't really calculate the wave 4 yet until you know where the wave 3 will go. But so it has come to that level. It doesn't mean it couldn't drop even a little bit lower. So the lowest I would expect here for Shiba Inu, it would be that 4-cent level. I don't think that's necessarily going to happen. I think if it drops, we could drop all the way down to here, the 8.8 or 9-cent level. That is here the previous high, but only if we lose that 88.7 Fib level at 12 cents. Then I think this level here of 9 cents is possible at the moment. It is actually not too unrealistic, given that I do expect a larger drop for Bitcoin. I think if something crazy happens, like people talk about Russia invading or whatever next week, then you could get a major crash, to be honest. And that is, however, not it is actually within my expectations for Bitcoin. So if we really see that drop, we should see Dogecoin breaking that 88.7 level actually below 12 cents. As I said, if it drops, that could come down to 8.9 cents. If you lose that, I think the 4-cent level here, 4.2 maybe, that would be one that then would be the next logical level. But it has done what it needs to do in the correction. It's come into this area where we currently see a strong reaction, fairly strong reaction, not too strong to be fair. The lowest point here was here on the 21st of January, and since then we have seen some slight upside at the moment. This upside, however, looks very weak. We have seen a much stronger reaction in other cryptos. So this is still fairly weak. So I think at the moment we just need patience. At the moment it's still making lower lows. And the downtrend isn't over yet. You can see that the immediate downtrend isn't over yet. You're still below this descending trend line. It hasn't broken that. And it would need to break that, I think. If you break it, I think then we're going to see here a bit of a price jump. and obviously with the next resistance level being the 19-cent level. So at the moment, this resistance level is at 15.8 cents, but it's a descending trend line, so that's going to change. Also here in orange, you can see the, no, that's not the 50-day moving average, is it? Let me just show you the 50, oh, it is. Is that the 50-day moving average? Yeah. So you've got the 50-day moving average coming here in orange. So that is providing resistance as well. Also here sitting pretty much at 15.6, 15.7 cents. Yeah. So it is a lot Dogecoin needs to get through here. At the moment, the low could be in because it has come into this area here where there is a high probability for it to turn around, but the price action doesn't confirm it yet. Yeah. So the price action doesn't show a strong move to the upside yet. It still looks fairly corrective, and we haven't broken that descending trend line. At the least, I would want to see a break of that descending trend line and of the 50-day moving average. And then ideally, we want to get above the 0.786 FIB level at 19 cents. And then we can take it from there. Until that is happening, I think it's actually not too unlikely that we could see even lower levels. And, you know, at some point the correction will be over. I think we're not too far away from that, but there could be one more dip in line with what I expect for Bitcoin. And if that happens, then the correction could be in and the low could be in. And then we should see a larger wave up. I think we could see something similar to what we saw here back in April 21 in terms of the strength of that wave. And that could then really move Dogecoin above $1.17, above the 1.618 Fibonacci extension. That is the level that I would expect in the next larger wave up. The wave 3 could take us to that level, between that level actually, because that is always a minimum target to the 200% level at 144. And yeah, after that you'll get another correction, a wave 4, and another wave 5 to the upside, which would then take it even higher. So yeah, I think we are fairly close to the low. One more thing, what actually points me towards that is here the pattern, defining the chart pattern here. You do quite a large descending wedge. Yeah, that is happening here. And typically when a wedge breaks out to the upside, you can define the beginning of that wedge as a price target. Now it's a bit hard to say where the beginning here really is. But, you know, I just told you my price target for the wave 3 anyway. It would be higher than that. But yeah, I mean, it's a large descending wedge. That is normally a bullish pattern. Typically, more often than not, breaks to the upside. It doesn't need to, but it more often than not does, just based on statistics, basically, and experience. And if it does that, then we could expect here some nice moves up. Also, what we saw here... no, you don't. I don't think you see a bullish divergence here. No, you don't. But yeah, we've got descending wedge and we've got these FIB levels that Dogecoin has seen, and these are important ones to complete the correction. So yeah, I'm fairly optimistic about Dogecoin, but it's obviously shown a lot of weakness at the moment in the chart. So there you need a catalyst here to break out of that descending trend line, and I think then you could see some more substantial upside. You know, I think it's just in the correction yet. It's been fairly weak throughout the entire correction, like some other cryptos. But the good thing is, you know, it has seen already these 2 Fibonacci levels, which are really important for these altcoins. That is typically what the altcoins do when they correct before you come up higher. And just maybe one last view looking at the indicators, because they are always important, especially the longer term ones. If we take a look on the weekly RSI is in the bearish range. It is quite low to where it was compared to previous lows, yeah. And on the MACD, you actually see here decreasing selling pressure. So if that continues a little bit like that, you could see here potential buy signal on the weekly. That is healthy. And on the 4-day MACD, and that makes me quite optimistic as well. So you've got a descending wedge here. You have the FIB levels, and you see a bullish MACD cross on the 4-day chart. That is actually quite meaningful, okay? And on the 2-day chart, you saw that play out as well, but it's a bit indecisive on the 2-day at the moment. It looks more clear on the 4-day chart, and on the 1-day chart, it's moving sideways pretty much, yeah. But the 4-day chart looks a little bit more promising. So yeah, let's see. I think we are fairly close to a decision point as the price gets squeezed. Gets boring again in these periods because the price is getting squeezed. People leave the market because they are bored, and then oftentimes at some point here you should see some upside. But I'm not saying it will happen. I say there could be some more potential to the downside, but whoever is interested in Dogecoin and hasn't got the foot in the door yet needs to ask themselves, is this really where I want to get in, or do I want to wait for another drop? Personally, what I would personally do, I'm not doing it because I don't want to buy any more Doge. I would, if I hadn't got a foot in the door, I would probably buy something now and then wait for a dip and buy a little bit more. Basically, dollar cost averaging in at the lowest at these current prices. Not too risky in my point of view, but make sure you always do your own research about the project. So yeah, that's my view here about Dogecoin. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. And if you really like the content, maybe you want to consider to join as a channel member to get access to Discord, Telegram, and the weekly live stream. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.